Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to day 20 of my 366-day experiment to let love lead. A little late today, I had a very fun experience with a baby carpet python, tree snake. It's a baby snake in my kitchen. And it decided to run under the fridge. Well, it didn't run because snakes don't have legs. But anywho, I'm not scared of snakes as a lot of people are. I am scared of spiders. I'm not scared of snakes. And so I thought I would just wait it out and wait for it to come out from under the fridge, and then I would just sweep it out the door. However, an hour and a half later, I'm still sitting there like this, waiting for this little snake. It was about 3 foot long to come out from under the fridge. And it didn't. So I had to call the snake catcher because, all creatures, great and small, are important to me. And I wanted to make sure that it got homed into nature, back into nature. Anyway, I digress. So today's episode is about the use of the word how. So effectively, how questions. How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I make that happen? What do I do and how do I do it? How do I handle that now? All those kinds of questions. So whilst questioning to me, especially questioning, self-questioning is really, really powerful. The how question to me can sometimes be what I refer to as fodder or food for the ego. And what I mean by that is when you present a how question, so let's say, for example, you've got a project and it's bigger than anything that you've ever done before, and you go, this is, let's say I want to write a book. I've written a book, so let's go with that. So I want to write a book, but I don't know how. When you say, I don't know how, or how can I do that, the ego will then come in and start giving you all of these ideas and what it deems as solutions. But what the ego has a tendency to do is it tends to drag you so far into the future with so many variables. Well, you'll need to do this and you'll need to, so look at the writing a book. Well, you'll need to write it, you'll need to edit it, you'll need to find a way to market it, you'll need to have it proofed, you'll have to design the cover, you'll have to have a book launch. And before you know it, with a how question, you are so far into the future, which is where I've chatted about before, which is where the ego exists in the past and the future. And it drags you away from what I often think is a better question and a more powerful question, and a question that will actually step you towards it. So a better question to me is, who would I need to become to write a book? What would be an action of somebody who would write a book? What would be a first small step that I could take if I were going to write a book? So what questions, who questions are far more powerful than a how question. A how question is, as I said, the ego loves a how question. And quite honestly, for me, if I hear a how question, I know that my ego or a pattern or an identity has decided to get involved, because it will not only, it's not only the ego that has asked the how question, it is also the ego that will try and answer it for you, and it will come up with a bunch of reasons that will make it seem so far out of your reach. So to me, better questions are what and who questions. Who would I need to become? What would a small step be that I could take? Those are far more powerful questions. And perhaps another one would be, you know, what would I need to let go of? What would I need to unbecome? So you can look at it from a couple of angles, but how questions can often be a real derailer of a really good idea. Okay, I hope that's helpful today. Have a good one. Mwah.